Hi, I'm Joe Walder, and this is Joe Walder Teaches a Thing. On the last video in this series, I showed you how to set up a Google Doc to emulate a digital binder like Microsoft's OneNote. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch over, and we'll kind of catch up. So on the last video, we created this. If you didn't create this yet, you need to go back to video one or part one and kind of just watch this and make sure you have this created so far. Okay, but what we need to pick up on is we need to set up the rest of our pages. And we need to kind of link everything together because the idea is that when a student clicks on this table of contents, there should be a link underneath where it says edit, and it should take us down to the table of contents. So let's go ahead and we're going to click all the way down here at the bottom of the page. So we're out of the table, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Control Enter on the keyboard. Okay, so that creates a new page. Now, the way that the links work is that we have to set up our headings in the document, and that will allow us to link to different pages and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is just going to type in table of contents. Okay. I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to set it to heading 1 where it says normal text. We'll click on that drop down, hit heading 1. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press enter. Now on my table of contents page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the insert tab. Insert tab menu, come down here to table of contents, and which one you pick is up to you. One has the page numbers, and the other one just has the links that are blue. It's really up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the page numbers just for giggles this time. And then if we click on table of contents, right here, the words, you will see that the link should take us to this page. Okay, but we're gonna click out of that, and we're gonna go ahead and make sure we're at the very bottom as far as we can, and hit Control Enter. And this one is we're going to call this one how to use this binder. Even though we don't have a tab at the top, I want to throw this in, and I'll explain why here in a bit. So we're going to do, we're going to go to heading 1. Okay. I'm going to press enter and then hit Control Enter. So class notes. We'll repeat this pretty quickly as fast as we can. Heading 1. Okay, on each one of these pages, go to the far right, hit the right arrow so you deselect the words and press enter so we have an empty line on that page, and then hit Control Enter, and then we'll do projects. Cool. That right there. Heading 1. Okay, so let's go back up to the table of contents. We're gonna click in there. Right on this word, on the words here, table of contents, and we'll hit this refresh icon, and boom, there's all of our pages. Okay. So how cool is that? So let's link everything up here on our links here are our buttons. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on table of contents on my keyboard. I'm gonna hold down the Control key and then press the letter K, and that'll bring up the link setup here. So I'm gonna hit for under headings. I'm gonna hit table of contents, apply. Same thing for do now. Select the image, hit Control K for links, headings. Did I skip do now? I skipped do now. So we messed up. So let's go ahead down. How to use this binder. On this page, we're gonna go back over to the left, hit Control Enter. Do now. It happens. We all make mistakes. Change that to heading 1. Okay, let's go back up to the top here. Try one more time. Control K. After we click on the image, do now. Apply. Class notes, Control K. Headings, class notes, apply. Projects, Control K. Headings, down here at the bottom, projects, apply. Cool. Now we're going to do one more thing on this page, on our cover page or cover, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to click all the way up here in the left hand just once. So I'm above my cover. I'm going to insert a bookmark. So go to the insert menu, bookmark. Don't type anything in. You don't need to. But this is what this does. And underneath our, let me exit over or hit left over. Underneath our lines here, I'm going to type in back to top. I'm going to select that. I'm going to hit Control K. Here's what I want to happen. On every one of these pages, I'm going to hit apply. I want to be able to hit back to top to get back to the top of my document. It just makes life easier when I'm navigating around. So I'm going to go ahead and now that I type that in, copy, enter, that needs to be normal text, Control V, underneath class notes, wipe back over to the left, Control V, projects, press enter, Control V, there we go. Okay, so now when I hit, click on back to top, should take me all the way back up to the top. Cool. Okay. So how to use this binder. And I'm going to share this final one with you guys. So you can just copy and paste this. You're going to do exactly what I'm doing now. I'm going to copy this information and Control C to copy. How to use this binder. Press enter again, Control V. And I want to share, I'm going to link to these sites as well from Eric Kurtz and Matt Miller. They have some great graphic organizers that your students could draw in, and they can double click and take their notes on. Eric has what, 30? Yeah, 30. Matt has about 25. Great ideas for designing and that kind of thing. One thing I want to show you though, so if we go down to class notes, what you can do is you don't even need to use them if you don't want to. If you want to have your students just do a KWL table. So I did it by a 3x2. So we have KWL. So you could just do your notes that way. You could insert things that way. One more thing I want to show you. Whoops, don't do that. Is if I hit Control Enter and let's say do Hamilton. And I'm going to highlight him. One thing I want to show you in the table of contents, if you set heading 2 here, we go back up to the top, is when we refresh, if they use the different headings, it will show up in the table of contents. And I think that's a brilliant thing. I think it's a great thing. Another thing you guys could do is you can, in the header, just as a thought, we can do, we could copy all this stuff, and in the headers, as it loads, we can readjust and we can have all of our navigation at the top of each one of our pages here. So that's something else you can work on. I'll do this on my on the one I'm going to share out so you guys could see and copy and paste, or even just copy and just send out to your students as a template. So that's it. That's the digital binders. It's not pretty. It's not the best tool. It's not the best way. I would rather Google come back out with something with a notebook like this to kind of compete with Microsoft's OneNote. But for what we've got with G Suite, this is probably the best that we can do at the moment. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. If you are in my school district, you guys know where you can find me on my email. I'll have my Twitter address here at the bottom, and you guys can hit me up. So I'm Joe Walder, and I just taught you something, hopefully, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.